How are you all doing? So today we are going to be cutting this trending crisscross blouse. So now let's dive into the cutting. So this is me. I folded my fabric into two, so I'm going to be using this to cut the back. So this is my length, 44 inches. So this my first chalk is going to be for my shoulder. Then the next one is going to be for my bust, then my waist, and my hips. And this is going to be the full length of my blouse. So now I'm going to be dividing my measurements into 4. So for this particular crisscross blouse, I'm going to be using only my hips measurements. Reason being that my hips is the bigger part of my body. So I'm going to be using my hips measurement divided by 4 plus 4 inches allowance, which is 44 inches. 48 inches divided by 4 is 12 inches plus 4 inches allowance. So I'll use the same thing for the down of my blouse. I'll also use the same thing for the waist of my blouse. Added same 4 inches allowance to it. I'll do the same thing on my bust. Divide by 4, added 4 inches allowance to it. Then for my shoulder, I'm going to divide my shoulder as usual. I'll divide my shoulder by 2, then I'll add 1 inch allowance to it. So plus my 1 inch allowance, that is what I just chalk. So now I'm going to be marking out my neckline. So for my neckline, I'm going to be using width 2 inches, length 3 inches. So I'm going to connect it like so. So guys, if you cannot connect it with your hand, you can use this to connect it neatly. So connect it like so. So for my shoulder slope, I'm going to be working with 1.5 inches. So I'll connect my 1.5 inches for my shoulder slope to my neckline, because this is what is going to form my sleeves. So guys, my sleeves length now from my chalk to my neckline is 16.5 inches. So obviously 16.5 inches is going to be my sleeve length. So for my arm, my round sleeve, I'm going to be using 12 inches. So guys, you can see my 12 inches very close to my bust chalk. So I'm going to connect my 12 inches to my bust chalk like so. So I'm going to connect all our measurements. I'm going to connect it like this. So I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, I'm going to use this back to cut the front. So I'll place the back on the front like so. I'll use the same shape of cutting to cut my back, to cut my front. And then for my front, you can see that my front is way wider than my back. So I use over 30 inches to make the front wider than the back. Reason because I will need enough allowance for my crisscross. So now from the length, I'm going to chalk out 15 inches. So this 15 inches, I'm going to connect it down to the chalk of my neckline. So I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, I'm going to cut this part like so. Then I'll take my back and my front, I'll take them to my machine, and I'll join my shoulder. After joining my shoulder, I'm going to fold my round sleeves, then I'll shape it, then fold the down. So this is me after doing it. So I placed it on my mannequin. So now I'm going to be doing my crisscross. So this is how I'm going to be achieving my crisscross. I'll take this side down to my shoulder, I mean my back neckline. So I'll take this other part down to the same shoulder neckline. So after doing it like so, I'm going to turn the back of my mannequin. So you can see the back of my mannequin. You can see my midpoints, my back midpoint. So I'm going to turn this back side, take this side, take this other side, then I'll take it to my machine. I'm going to stitch it like so. So I'm going to remove it from my mannequin, take it to my machine, and stitch it like so. So guys, this is me after stitching it. So after stitching it, I'm going to fold into two with the joining, kissing the joining like so. Then I'll place it on the midpoint where I notched on the back. So I'm going to sew it from here down to where I did my crisscross. This other side down to where I did my crisscross. So this is it, guys. This is me after sewing it. So this is our crisscross blouse. And this is the back, how I placed the joining side on the midpoint at the back. You can see how I joined it, then I sew it down to where I did my crisscross. I did the same thing here, and this is the final finishing, guys. And this is my client rocking it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.